This painting actually was in the National Museum of China in the Beijing Biennale 2017. It's one of the series that I call Remembrant, which grew out of an experience that I had in Amsterdam when I went to Rembrandt's house. This sounds kind of weird, but it was just closing. It was like 15 minutes before closing time, and the tour group had gone out, and I was standing alone in his studio, or the room where he painted, standing behind the chair where he painted, looking at the easel. And I said, time to go, so I'm leaving. And I just had this compulsion to go back, and I stood there for a moment. This sounds weird. And distinctly heard somebody say in my right ear, "Thank you for coming." So I didn't know whether it'd come up through the air conditioning ducts or I got Rembrandt's ghost on my right-hand side. I had no idea. But when I left there, I was just completely on a tear about Rembrandt. And in fact, this gave me the opportunity to observe firsthand how he made his paintings. And this is something that has always intrigued me. You know, if you're a painter, you look very carefully at the thick lights. This is put on like butter. You know, literally you're plopping it on. And the thin darks, and then a little bit of overpainting. But the most insignificant thing about Rembrandt, which completely entranced me, and I'm still following that path when I'm dealing with a portrait or a human encounter, is to get to the soul of that person. He had that gift. He could see inside people. And whenever I'm painting a person or a human being, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to get their essence and their soul. Because when we're even talking about the environment or the future and all these significant moments, this is what's going to guide it. We're in dominion of this planet, and if we aren't good people, we're not going to have a good place to live. We're going to have no place to live. So all of this is part of the cycle of life and what we have to do to reform ourselves and rethink ourselves. So here he is as a fetching young man looking in the mirror. He thinks he's kind of cool and kind of, is he attractive? And the headset is bringing him into the current, you know, into modern life. This was a very small Rembrandt portrait about this big, which was in the museum there. So I blew him up so he becomes more important. But I still consider him a hero of painting.